Hello again, pipe smokers and snuff takers of the world. Yet again, I've gone another week without posting a video. Unintentional, but with good reason. No technical problems this week, but I had my daughter coming to stay with me. Well, she came down last Sunday, so a week ago, yesterday. She was attending a course in London, and she spent the better part of the week with me, which was absolutely fantastic for me. So didn't get a chance to post videos. She went home on Thursday, so I had a lot of tidying up to do on Friday, and was seeing friends this weekend. So a side effect of which means that I've had one shitload of videos to catch up on, which I was doing last night, and there was a lot. So let me just get it out of the way now. I apologise for those people who commented me and I haven't replied to their comments. A lot of them will just be pointless doing it now because the moment has passed. And there was a lot of videos again I wanted to comment on last night as I was watching it, but I realised a lot of them are a week old. Again, so it's probably I've missed the moment, as it were. So for the first time ever, I've noticed I don't really have a subject on this one. Just a number of them. Weeks gone by, and I suppose this kind of thing happens really. But it's going to be some tobacco talk. And I want to do a couple of mentions to some guys long overdue, so I'm just going to talk on really, which is great. So I don't have any notes here or anything like that. I also wanted to do, which I'll probably do again after this one, just a short video about snuff, just as a catch up, because I was quite surprised. I got some good comments about the last snuff taking video I did, and a lot of people were watching it. Nobody said don't do any more, so I'm going to carry on doing it. They will be fairly infrequent, and this one's just going to be a bit of a brainstorming really tonight, talking about tobacco, so it may go over 2 parts, sorry, but I've got to the point where I think, well, you know, you can just stop it and move on to someone else's video, which is probably going to be a lot better than mine. So once again, I am overwhelmed with tobacco. I have a little stash here, and this has kind of happened over the last week really. Unintentionally, half of it I have to thank another pipe presenter who I want to do a shout out. So I'm not going to do these annotation things on the videos. I've done one and I don't really like them, so I'm going to put a link to a couple of guys, new pipe presenters, which I will tend to do from new ones I find, and want to give a shout out to. It was very useful to me when I first started, so I want to be able to pay that back. Any others who I really admire, I don't really want to get into a thing about listing a whole load of pipe presenters' channels, so I'm hoping you guys don't mind doing what I do to a lot of you that I admire, going onto your subscriptions and checking those guys out. So I'm 3 minutes in and I haven't done my housekeeping, and it's gone out. Do I even need to try? No, of course I have. So I am smoking. Where's my matches? In my Invicta Bry, which I bought a few weeks ago and did a box opening on. Absolutely lovely little pipe, smokes like a dream, feels great. Oh, the last, well, I've probably got one more bowl actually, well no, 3/4 of a bowl of the Gauntly Yataghan. Oh god, that is a great tobacco. So despite this new lot I've got here, which I'm going to go through in a minute, you know, I wanted to finish this lot, and I will be ordering some more this week. Lynn eventually watched the video and was very kind and sent me loads and loads of comments on it. So he was alluding to the fact that he might be stopping the Spice Turk in the new year. Horror. So I'm going to try and order some more this week. And he is bringing his Christmas Spice out. But this is great stuff. Anyway. Very nice. Let's have a little drink. Just as something to eat. Now it's really dry. So, yeah, I'm going to put the pipe down actually because I was going to hold some packets up. A new or a relatively new pipe presenter who's posted quite a few videos now, a guy called Terry Love. His YouTube channel is called Terry Love UK. Been commenting back and forwards an awful lot, and he's been very, very generous. He's brilliant in front of a camera. He's everything I wish I was. He's talks really clearly. He's calm. He doesn't stumble over his words like I do, and a very, very interesting man. And he's new to pipe smoking, which you would never know by watching him. So the link's down here. Please go and check him out. And he also attends Hampton Court, does the old Tudor meals. Oh, they're great as well. But we did a little exchange right at the beginning. Oh, I mean, the main thing I have to thank him for, I don't know where they are now. I've had a little tidy up in the room here. In my response to the tampers I wanted to make, he very kindly sent me 100 shell casings in nickel and brass. Thanks, Terry, they were great. They were slightly smaller than I was anticipating, but I've got some ideas about tipping the antler horn with it. I must stop calling it antler horn, it's just antler. So in response to that, I've actually ordered another 100 antler tines from some game shop up in Scotland. So I've got some ideas for that, and I want to get cracking in the next couple of weeks on making a few of those. So we did a little tobacco exchange. I've sent him I don't know, 6 or 7 variety of things, which I think he's tried some of, and like me, he's getting overwhelmed with trying tobacco. But the first tobacco he sent me, and with the shells, was a packet I've seen. I can't even begin to count how many times on videos, and I'm thinking, always thought, I wonder what that's like. And I'm smiling now, and I'm sure a lot of you guys who perhaps don't live in the US will be doing, but it's the ubiquitous and famous half and half, which, if I may be forgiven for saying, is not half bad. I'm still at the point where I don't know how I feel about Burley, and I'm wondering if I'm ever going to make up my mind about it. And unlike everything, I suppose, it's depending on the blend or the manufacturer. I'll try a few. I thought, well, that's really not bad. And I've tried blends where I hadn't even realised there was Burley in it. Oh God, what's the name of it? University Flake, I understand, has got Burley in it, and I love that stuff. But this is, as it says, half and half. I think Terry's had this a while, so it's a little bit dry, Terry, I have to say. But so I rummaged around in the bottom of this and picked some out. It's got a lovely packet aroma. It smells like tobacco. Sorry, Terry. I promised I'd never do that. I think I might have done it once before, but it doesn't actually smell like tobacco at all. It's very sweet. It smells like candy, but it smokes okay, and yeah, it's not too bad. Not something I'd want to go to all the time, like I know some of you seem to do. Oh, I can't remember the name of the guy. Holy Smoking Pipe Padre. He likes this a lot and smokes it all the time, I gather. I haven't watched any of his videos for a while, but yeah, not too bad at all. Now, a week later, he also sent me some, again, another famous tobacco, I think in the States particularly, is, well, the first one he sent me the whole range, but it's little sample of Sillam's Black. Okay. Yeah, so when I got this, I started going through my videos that I've got up on my favourites and just did a search on Sillam's, and again was surprised how many people have reviewed this tobacco. So I've had about 5 bowls of this now, and my opinion is the same. I'm not overwhelmed by it. It's consistent, I have to say, but the fact that it was a mixture of Latakia, I can't remember, Virginias and Cavendish as well, was intriguing. But of all the bowls I've smoked, fairly large bowls and in different pipes and clean pipes, consistent. And I split it down into 2/3. The first third is just pure black Cavendish I'm getting, which almost put me off. But you were just getting that little hint of Latakia coming through, enough not to me think, oh my God, I'm smoking an aromatic here. The second third of the bowl had that lovely mixture of both of them, of all the flavours coming together, and a lovely balanced flavour of Latakia, the sweetness of the Cavendish, and I believe the more subtle sweetness of the Virginias. And then the last bit of the third of the bowl was just Latakia, just a Latakia bomb, and I had that consistently throughout. So yeah, it's not bad, but again, not one I'm going to go to an awful lot, which is just as well, because I don't think we can get it in this country anyway. I think Terry ordered it from the shop over in Germany. Look, I've got to 10 minutes now. I've got a few more to cover, so I don't want this to bang on too much. So I'm going to stop that one here, if that's okay, and I'll join you again in a minute. So thank you.